Hello everybody, this is Purple Smurf 13, and I've got a special exclusive for you now. I'm going to do an exclusive reading of the script and story from our upcoming ASHCAN To Steal a Scarlet Scepter, with art by Comics Apex. So here you're going to hear me tell the story, a movie in your mind, and that way it'll get you excited to read it with Brett's amazing artwork. So sit back and relax like the old-time radio show, and we present Tales of Zero SideQuest, To Steal a Scarlet Scepter. In an exotic and luxurious courtyard with a splashing fountain, we see pretty half-dressed maidens splashing, playing, and laughing. Sleazy old men with scarlet judges' robes, with their uniformed, young and fit armed personal security stand by, overseeing the fun. However, it is not fun. These women are slaves. Their bodies and beauty are used by these corrupt government officials who call themselves the Scarlet Circle. This is their private inner sanctum and pleasure garden, where they live a life of decadence while taxing and oppressing the poor citizens of their planet. From off-panel, we hear the voice of Zero, who is busy trying to steal the Scarlet Scepter from this highly guarded citadel. He does not realize how loud his voice is or how near he is to this peaceful scene. Ha ha! Jackpot! Now let's grab it and go! Now we see Zero and Asilo looking around the hallway. As alarms begin to sound, they realize they've been detected in the middle of the theft. Zero is closer to camera, but Asilo has the scepter, which is essentially a golden rod with a trapezoidal head containing an oversized cut ruby. The alarm sounds. Asilo, get moving! They know we're here! Asilo turns, says one word, run. Yeah, I know, you just keep a hold of that scepter. We see Zero running full speed down the ornate hallways. As he runs for his life, he speaks directly to you, the reader, in a matter-of-fact and calm tone, which does not match his desperate situation at all. Zero speaks. So, the planet Algol is ruled by a group of ceremonial judges known as the Scarlet Circle. He looks over his shoulder as he runs, in fear for his life, but his speaking tone continues to be totally calm. They rule over all business, religion, and commerce with heavy taxes and capital punishment for minor offenses. Now Zero's looking right into camera. His face fills most of the panel, but behind him the background has changed. It is the bookshelves and lighting of his familiar studio. Nice folks, those guys. Now we're in his studio as Zero calmly recounts the adventure. Bookshelves and knickknacks are everywhere. He's writing the story down as he tells it to us, while drinking copious amounts of the juice. He is in his element as a drunken storyteller and smiles in recollection of this daring adventure. We see he's just brought a box down from a high shelf. They collect taxes using a special scepter that glows in the presence of gems, novinium, gold, and other precious metals. He takes the scepter from the box and rotates it to show every angle. It helps keep people honest, I guess. We see the notebook he is writing. It matches the words describing the adventures on the previous page. Well, Still and I thought we'd bust into their hall of council and see if we could swipe it. He raises a glass of juice to his lips. It sounds kind of like a handy gadget for a guy in my business. Our scene returns to the adventure. We see the younger Zero ducking through the hallways of these ornate citadel, dodging laser blasts. One of the laser blasts burns the edge of his coat. But as you can see, damn it! We see the young Zero headed to the end of a hallway, moving towards a brightly lit archway that leads outdoors. He looks back, half in silhouette. Asilo, stay behind me! We see him fully silhouetted as he steps into the light. I know where I'm... Page turn. The camera pulls way back to show scale. Zero looks tiny as he faces two giant robot statues on either side of the exit gate. The robots have just blasted the ground in front of him with their huge laser gun arms. A shabby-looking figure, clothed in rags and a broken-down straw hat, sits there as well. His face is not visible, only glints from his eyes and teeth. We will never learn his name, so we'll call him Shab. Zero looks around at the scene in disbelief. I know where I'm going. What the? Shab speaks up in a mocking tone. Oh, you're screwed. Did you try to steal something? Oh man, the sentinels are locked on to you. Even if you get a shot off at one, the other one will blast you. Close up on Shab, all we see are the glowing eyes and teeth amidst a black shadow of his hat. Oh man, this guy last week, they had to scrape him off the wall. Close up on Zero, deadly serious. Who are you? We back the camera out, seeing the sentinels in the tiny form of Shab and Zero in comparison. I'm nobody, a poor boy from the slums. I work this stupid job to earn food scraps for my family, but I'm doing better than you, 'cause I'm out of their line of sight. But you? What a dope. Close up on Zero, he's so angry he can't speak. Close up on Shab, showing a pretend mock empathy for Zero. Well, just to mess with people, they did make one way you could escape using the gate, but it never works, so tell me, said Zero. Shab points to the robots. We now see that one of them has a symbol something like a letter A, and the other something like a letter B, making it easy to describe one as alpha and the other as beta. He explains right to camera as he speaks to Zero. Okay. Now one of these automatons always strictly follows direct orders, but the other one always does the exact opposite of whatever it's commanded to do. So, if you pick the obedient robot and command it to shoot the other robot, you could shoot the first robot at the same second he shoots the second one, and then you just walk right out of the gate. Or, if you pick the disobedient robot, you tell it to shoot you, but when it disobeys and shoots his buddy over there, then you shoot him, right? And then you walk out the door. We see Shab smiling like this is all good fun. You just gotta give the right command to the right robot, see? We see Zero's face. He's not finding this fun or funny at all. You're serious? Shab smiles, but now with a sinister, demonic edge. Deadly. Zero looks exasperated. He feels this fool is just wasting his time. Now we can see Shab in front, in full silhouette. Zero speaks. This is just a child's riddle on my planet. One guard lies, the other tells the truth. Shab looks right to camera. His eyes and teeth grin wickedly. Yeah, but in this version, it's real, and they kill you. His eyes and teeth fill up the entire panel. Better hurry up. Jump cut back to Oscillo running through the palace halls. He's being chased by two guards. He passes a wall decoration, which is an ornamental sword crossed over an ornamental axe. In one motion, he swipes the decorations off the wall and launches the sword backwards over his shoulders towards his pursuers. We look right into the eyes of the three guards. They are in shock as the sword pierces directly through the chest cavity of the lead guard. We see Oscillo running down the hallway, brandishing the axe with a grin as he looks back over his shoulder. Jump cut back to the courtyard. Zero is looking up at the sentinels. We hear Zero speaking out loud, trying to outsmart this logic problem by remembering the solution to the childhood rhyme. Speaking to himself. So, I could pick Alpha and tell him to shoot Beta, but if I'm wrong, he'll shoot me. But if I tell Beta to shoot Alpha, but he's the one who disobeys, then... Damn it, Sil, where are you? Jump cut back to Oscillo. Oscillo slides through a door, pinning a rug with the sharp point of the decorative axe. He pulls the rug tight across the bottom of the archway from the other side. The guards run through, trip over the rug. Their momentum sends them stumbling towards a high railing. Oscillo stands behind them and pushes them over the edge of the railing. All three of them fall helplessly. Oscillo makes a fast break down some stairs, still running with the scepter in his hand. Jump cut back to the courtyard. Zero is trying to think this problem through out loud. Okay, wait. Let's say I pick Alpha, and I command him to shoot only the sentinel who disobeys. Then he'll either shoot Beta or shoot himself. Ha ha ha, that's it. Shab speaks up. Yes, but if he obeys and shoots Beta, Beta is still going to shoot you, right? And if you pick Alpha and he's the one that disobeys, then they're both going to shoot you, right? Close up on Shab, pretending to be worried for Zero's safety. You're just not good at this. I can see that. Zero's face is increasingly worried. His eyes look far away. Oscillo, where the hell are you? Jump cut back to Oscillo. Boom! Oscillo knocks down a door, running right towards the camera, still clutching the scepter. The guards are in pursuit behind him, firing lasers. Jump cut back to the courtyard. Zero is in the foreground, Shab pretending to offer helpful advice, but he's just messing with Zero, trying to psych him out. Oh, I think I hear the guards coming. If you want a hint from me, I've seen this done a couple of times. No, shut up and let me think, says Zero. Well, what usually works is you pick one and you just shoot him. If you're right, you live. If you're wrong, you die. But it takes the stress out of the situation. 50-50 either way, really. Quiet. I can do this, says Zero. We pull back to a wide shot. We see the whole scene, the archway that Zero entered through. We see that the Sentinels' guns are both trained right on Zero, waiting for his command as Shab continues to heckle him with fake concern. No, I can hear them. Sounds to me like the guards are at the fountain right now, just seconds away. You better make your move. Take your shot. It's over anyway, so... Jump cut back to Oscillo running. He passes the fountain we saw on page 1. Lasers are pinging around him. Up ahead in the hall, we see the 2 Scarlet Sentinels and the shadow of Zero. But there is a beautiful woman next to the fountain. We'll call her Jess. We see a full body shot of Jess. We see a close-up of Jess's face. She says, very seriously, "Take me with you." Close-up on Oscillo. He gives a solid but emotionless look. Next panel, we see Syl running, with the blaster shooting behind him, Jess tucked up under one arm, and the scepter in his mouth. He appears to be enjoying this rescue. Back to the courtyard. Wide shot. Inset panel of just Shab's face. The last guy hesitated too. Oh, and what the guards did to him. Yeesh. We see Zero with his gun aimed at the Sentinels, but he can't choose which one to start with. Says Shab, they're gonna be here any second. Zero's face smirking and coming to a decision. You know what? I think I know who I'm supposed to shoot. I think I'll just blast Bashoom. Double page spread. The Sentinels have raised their gun. The gate is open. Oscillo has run into the scene and blasted Shab. Jess is running towards the open gate. She is grateful to be freed from slavery. Syl says to Jess, "You, go." The girl, out of breath as she runs, "Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you." Oscillo tosses Zero the ruby scepter. Zero grins as he looks up from his prize. "Hey, Oscillo, I figured it out. You see, the trick is you're supposed to..." Oscillo's face is all business. "No talk. Go." Oscillo runs through the gate. Zero trails along, trying to keep the conversation going. "But I was going to blast him right when you came... Wait, who was that girl? And how come I never get to be the hero?" Page turn. A scarlet judge walks into the courtyard, appraising the scene. The Sentinels have returned to their normal position and the gate is closed. We see a small ship, a runabout, flying off in the sky, with Zero and Oscillo making their escape. A guard speaks up. The guard says, "Common thieves, Your Grace. Space trash. They have a small craft, a runabout, and they have the scepter. Shall we pursue?" The judge faces camera even though he's speaking to the guard. No, I have something better in mind. As you can see, I do enjoy games, puzzles, and surprises, don't you? Yes, Your Grace, ever so much. Well, they have only stolen a duplicate of the true scepter, a decoy which I created for just such an occasion, with a delightful surprise packed inside. Observe. He takes from out of his pocket a small remote control and presses the button. In the sky above, the runabout explodes. The judge walks towards camera. We see the guard's look of astonishment, the explosion and falling debris raining from the sky in the background. Well, I must return to my guests. I leave it to your men to clean up the mess." As the judge steps into the archway, the guard is lifting up the singed hat and cloak from the dead body of Shab. The judge speaks with a sinister tone. Based on your performance today, Captain, you can expect a new assignment in the morning. The guard lifts and unfolds the hood and cloak. The dead man inside is wearing the exact same guard's uniform that he is wearing. It is his own brother. He looks up with a feeling of dread and sees that the two sentinels have their guns trained directly on him. Tomorrow, he will be the new Shab. Return to Zero's study, same as page 3. Zero looks to camera with a twinkle in his eye. Well, I bet you're wondering how we got out of that one, huh? He closes the notebook, having just written the story he was telling us in it. Well, that's another story all in itself, and I have some juice to attend to. We see him place the scepter in the box. There is a lesson in this story, though. He shuts the box, if you want to hear it. We see him putting the box with the scepter inside up on a high shelf in his study. One friend you can trust, when it's all on the line, is better by far than 1,000 ruby scepters. Zero looks to camera, pleased with himself. And that, my friend, is the truth. The end. Original story by Peter Paul Smith, March 12, 2021. Based loosely on characters created by Clark Ashton Smith. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed this little story time as much as I enjoyed reading it to you. And I hope it builds your anticipation to see this story illustrated by the fantastic Brett Cantrell of Comics Apex. Take care, and remember, back Tales of Zero.